Alright, welcome back to Map Gaming on Iron Teeth, the pressure map, experimental mode, point 1.0. So we have a few mechanics that we've been messing around with, especially in the last episode, getting those all fundamentally prepared and going. We do have a couple of tree groves. We have this one going, we have this one being grown. We're kind of starting to make a storage unit somewhat over here. Our next thing that we're going to be doing is kind of coming down here. Oh, I guess this would help if I had this going. What can we pause? We'll put you on lower priority. Your pause, we need you. I don't think we need 3 beavers in there. Oops. Alright, so now we have those going. So now we're able to kind of build these stairs, which is kind of important and something that we need going. Because I would like to start to build this, get this kind of looking pretty and whatnot. At the same time, we need to start figuring out what do you need? You need planks. And obviously we stopped making planks, so, you know, beggars can't be choosers in that department. Water, yes. Oh, and when you copy it, it does the same work, priority level. Oh, that is wonderful. That is just, I love that. This whole, yeah, this update, I'm very proud with the small changes that have been made. They are definitely big improvements with, I feel like very low expectations, if that makes sense. They didn't do much, but with what they did do, just takes the cake. Like, I mean, it can get better. I like the stuff that they added, stuff that they did to it. It definitely is a improvement of life in that aspect, and words just can't, you know, they do so much. So we're gonna get this built. Most of the time we're just going to be playing with these two being open and shut. Maybe we get down here and we can start, maybe I probably have to put like some sort of staircase here. But I believe these guys also are in charge of wait, I have to come to the food because it's been a minute. Alright, so we need 50 power. We can put an engine over here once we start getting metal. I think that'll be alright. So for the time being, what I'm going to do is we're going to come in here, destroy this, yes, pause, get food, get this going. We're going to rotate it, something like that. And then we're going to pat this out. For the time being. And then what we're going to do is I want to put pathway right there. And then we're going to come in with food, and I want to put cassavas all over this place. And then, because we need a place to actually put the cassavas once we are done with growing them, it'd probably be, we're going to probably end up doing this. I'm just going to do it just so that we're already prepared and we don't have to do it later. And, yeah, we might as well. We do something like this. I know this is a weird view, but I feel like if we do this, then at least at that point we can get mangrove fruit, fermented. No, I don't want fermented cassavas. We have to come up here because it still has to be cooked first. And then we can come over here with the small one. Oops, that's not what I wanted. And then make this. Actually, we're going to make this cassavas and then this fermented. And in hopes of... Actually, we're going to bring this up to... Actually, I'm going to bring this one up to 1. This one up to 1. And then we're going to bring this up to... I want to see what 9.5 looks like. Obviously, it's not going to... Actually, we're going to bring that down to 9. Come on. Work with me. There we go. And the reason why I'm doing this, obviously, we have to have this extra piece built. But I'm hoping that it will, one, raise the water level in this area. Get that going so we're actually able to do things. I'm gonna let these oaks keep growing because we're actually at this point having a nice like turnaround over here. That's full and that's pretty much full. So that being said, we have the extra manpower and we might as well oh my dear Lanta, what was that all about? Alright, so we will get that going. Well-being. I think we can splurge on a shower here. Where would I want to put this? For the time being, we will put it... Oh, I didn't buy it? Alright, now I bought it. We'll put that right there. So we're growing cassavas, we're growing barabis, we're getting kind of a mixture of everything. We have water being pumped. We have about 400. We're about to start hopefully getting gears in the next little bit here. How many builders do I got? We will downgrade one of those. He will go in there. We will build that. That kind of needs to be elevated. For right now, we don't need a gatherer. Just for the simple fact of nothing is growing at this current point in time. We still got a little bit of ways before we actually need the berries, and we're almost fully stocked. But pretty much what these guys are, the only things that they're eating is we gotta get the flow right. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so supply is 0. We're just needing to balance this out just a little bit. Is it actually working is my thing. Are we actually... Hold on. Alright, I mean, right now it isn't boiling over. I'm curious to see if we went up to the full one, if it would boil over. Yeah. Would definitely boil over. Fermented cassavas. Seriously? Alright, so we're working with some stuff here. 100. Oh, that's a sad day right there. And yes, I'm going down that way. I'm hoping that... Oh, I guess it would make sense if we would actually pair that off. Alright, so we're putting the cassavas in there. They're being fermented, and then we will be putting them way over there. And then I need 20 more science points, and then once I get those, then we're going to be putting a single staircase in this point right here. And then the power, we'll put one of those right there, and then that'll work out nicely. How are we doing? Kind of needing, but once again, like I said, we'll build this, we'll get that going. Once this is completely whatever, then we'll be in better shape. We're just needing to kind of cement a few problems that we're having here. But our well-being's going up because our beavers are being happily fed. I think, maybe, hopefully, probably, maybe not. Alright, we got the last little bit. Let's unlock that. And then I'm going to try to place this where we need it. Just like that. And then get the power fully connected. And then hopefully we can... I'm really hoping we can reach that. Time will tell, but once we get if we can get this part going and a higher demand for that, like I said, I'm not sure if they can reach that. I'm hoping that they can, just because that'd make my life easier. I'll do this. That way everything works out the way it needs to. We should have the planks to do that, and then that will also help everything as far as our power situation goes, because then we'll be doubling this. Like I said, my eventual plan is to then put an engine right here, so then this is always being provided for, whether we need 2 engines or not. At this point I don't really know, but if we can get this going, that'd be just aces. And we need 1 log, so just please build that so we can get the extra power that we need. We're still not even remotely, but that's also, I don't know, who cares? We'll figure that out. Drought's about to start in 6 days. We have an injured beaver. We have 2 injured beavers. Yeah. It'd be cool if it feels like, oh, his back hurt. Or, you know, whatever, his teeth hurt. It gave us some sort of indication on what was happening with our poor little beavers. Alright, I'm assuming we're going to go up to an even more critical stage of a drought. Obviously, we're about to kind of experience bad things. Obviously, you gotta do what you gotta do. Hopefully this will obviously keep the water in here. I'm assuming it will. We'll be able to build this up. We have 2 beavers that need jobs. We might as well move them to the wood plank over here, get that chopped down. I think that'll be alright. We might need to start exploring around a little bit. What's the best way to get up there? Probably this way. Alright, we're gonna build this backwards. So I'm able to figure out where we're going exactly. Because I think building it backwards is definitely easier than building it forwards. And then that puts us on equal level, so bing. And I think we did it. Oh, like a glove. Alright, and what is a metal flag worth? 250, we're almost there. We are almost there. And then once we cut down all of these, how much logs do we have? We have 57. I'm about to send this into overdrive so we can actually get a full amount of trees. We might as well. Are we cutting down everything? That tree is not being cut down for whatever reason. Alright, and then because this is all green and we don't need it to be all green, I don't even care. We'll block everything out. Alright, now they're going to wonder why they have jobs over here. It's for that reason. There we go. For those 2 trees. And this one's almost done. We have it just big enough to where, and we let them all grow to where this one's going to start growing back, and then we're going to go through it all over again. That's actually really impressive. I'm pretty proud of myself by doing that. You know what would be smart is if we did this. Nope. Duplicated this one and put that one right there. Ooh, we have quite a few beavers. Where are you guys at? Alright, let's pause. That's not what I meant to do. Alright, we can probably play you. We have the jobs. Let's go to housing. Put in another little thin little sliver right there. Well-being. Oh, I do not want to do this. What am I wanting to do? I was wanting to save it for something. Oh, the metal factory. Or the metal flag. 250. Almost there. Shoo. I'm glad we didn't do that. I would have blown a whole bunch of mess right there for us. Alright, we got 1.4 days. We still have a large amount of water. I don't know what else we can be doing. Because at this current point in time, I'd say we're doing pretty good. We knocked out a lot of our planks to build this staircase. So we will need to kind of revisit that. And obviously we don't have enough planks to finish it just because we have no power at this current point in time. Don't worry, we are thinking about alternative fuel sources. But we need the metal to get there. This should be fully powered once we get going in there, so we will have that back. It'll just take us a minute to get this going. But we are collecting wood, that's nice. We got 3 jobs, which they're about to go back into here. Might as well play both of these guys, get them going, because we got 0.2 days. They're going to go to sleep. When they wake up, then we'll have a house that is ready for them to move into and be all special, and they can do fun little things. Now, well-being, I feel like it's important. Oh, let's unlock this before I go and spend points that I didn't think we had. Alright, there we go. And man, that's 100. Come on, we both know that that's not worth 100. Like 50 to 70, I would go, is what a back scratcher's worth. That is nothing special. Alright, we're gonna put this. We're gonna put one right here. Put one right there. Put one right there. And we'll put one right there. Yes, I know this is a lot of excessive things, but guess what? It'll be alright. Alright, and then we're going to drop this down to 6.5. And then we're going to drop this one down to 6.5. Just so that when the water does flow, we're pushing out a lot more of it. Ooh, we're having backlog. It's going the wrong way. Play you, replace dead stuff. Yeah, that kind of sucks that we lost all that, but I mean, oops. I'll take blame for that one. What kind of power are we looking at? Yeah, alright, so we're able to keep up now. This is fully stocked, which is nice. So this should start getting some love. It probably won't be a whole heck of a lot, but I mean, some love's better than no love. Radio. Oh no. Beeping. We have 8 days. Oh no. Oh man. I'm gonna demolish this. We're gonna demolish this. High priority. And we're gonna demolish this. High priority. Oh man, this is a catastrophic. Oh man, dude, you need to like flash with something bigger. That needs to be like a huge gaping red sign in the middle of the thing going, Yo, dummy, something bad's about to, wreck your world. Oh, no. You've got to be kidding me. Well, that's kind of what I wanted to use my extra stuff for. Oh, no. Just break that. We are gonna have to build stairs because beavers use all their brain cells. Oh man, I'm kind of losing it just a little bit. All right, good thing we came up here, so we will be hopefully. I don't even know how big this explosion's gonna be. But we'll put one of you there. Storage. We'll put... I'm gonna back this up just so we can get past if need be. But yeah, this is actually kind of terrifying, if I'm being perfectly honest. But we're up here just in case we have to come in and dam this piece up. We can do that. I'm gonna bump you down to 2. No, 2. I mean, hopefully it doesn't destroy our ruins. That would be a bad thing. So hopefully, it would be important to do that. Oh man, I don't even know what to do. So we opened this up, which I don't know where. Probably be in our best interest to see if that goes underground. Doesn't look like it goes underground. All right. So oh, that's not what I wanted. And I'm just making this a top priority because these don't stop anything. And I don't know what's going to happen here. This could be bad news for us. All right, we got 2 open beavers, so they're going to go into the building industry. Hopefully we can salvage something, because like it or not, bad things are about to happen to us. What's the recipe on the cassavas? All right, so 4 makes 10. That's awful. That's really bad. And it takes 5. Man, that's probably one of the worst food things I've ever seen. I want to go to water, fluid dump, 250. We do have the 250. I want to come up here. I want to box this in. Get the fluid dump. Put that like that. One of my favorite things to build are fluid dumps. Storage. Let's get this tank going. Water. And I'm gonna see what this does, and depending on what this does, we may start collecting. Oh, that's nice. So we got 3 days and counting. This is a new experience. I kind of like this. I like it right now, but I mean, we did what we could do as far as getting prepared for this. I'm gonna bump that up. Obviously, it's gonna fill up in here. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm assuming this is just gonna go boom and send a whole bunch of shrapnel and everything all over the place. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit worried. Not gonna lie on that one. Some part of me is kind of freaking out just a little bit. All I can hope for is it'll be an easy break, something that we can dam up. We already have a beaver up here, so obviously we can get up here, so there shouldn't be too much of a problem. But on the off chance, we are counting down probably our doom to some degree. That's at least what it feels like. Alright, what other plants can we grow? Okay, we got soybeans. We got corn. Corn I know is good. And then we got eggplants. So if we go over here, we need a canola oil. 6 into 20. Good lord. That's impressive. And then we'd need an oil press for the canola oil. 1 corn equals 5 rations. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie on that one. And then we got coffee, which... So soybeans need oil, which probably isn't going to happen. Because like right now we got a power problem. And I'm trying to collect some metal so that we can then add to our really bad power problem that we're having right now. And about to have a bigger power problem in the near future. We got 0.5 days. Alright, so when the sun sets, this could be setting on our very last day in the pressure map. Because, 1, the pressure got to us. Oh, man. So, if you like the video... No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I mean, it's kind of amusing to me. Alright, well, the sun went down. We got point... Oh, that wasn't bad. Alright. It's gotta work its way out. That actually wasn't the worst thing that could happen. Okay, I was expecting more. That kind of sucks. Like I said, there's a reason why we blew that part up, but that, I mean, we can deal with that. That isn't the worst of things to happen. We are looking for beavers with new jobs, so we might as well start embracing this area over here. And might as well cassava that up. How are we doing on food? With food, we're doing pretty good on. All right. Let's look at buildings. So if we wanted this to be blocked off again, that's one. I think we'd have to do something like that. And you can ask me, why are you doing that? That makes no sense. You're right, it doesn't. But, oops, can't use the same button. Yes. And then, all about building. Alright. Because there's going to be really no reason for us to have this be like feed through here. One, because we have power here. It's, I mean, alright. But it's not, how to put this? It's not like, we're not depending on this at this current point in time. We're probably going to have to eventually draw water and all that fun jazz, but at this current point in time, that's not necessarily on the radar of being a problem. Alright, you're able to draw that. We can put it into there. Like I said. Alright, what am I getting this for? I need metal for something. Storage. Ooh. Ooh, we can get through here. Yes. Alright. And then I'm going to get rid of this, put one there, put one there. That's four. That's four. So probably put two right next to each other instead of separating it. But yeah, that won't be a problem. Obviously we're focusing on this. That's not necessarily the biggest issue. This is more of just we're dealing with the problem that was handed to us. Oh yeah. That's 300. We got a minute, obviously, before that's needed. I want to buy this. One, because I'd like to put up and maybe move the metal over here. Hey, that did a pretty good job. Alright, so excuse me, this did a nice job of greening this up, so we could probably turn this into another farmland. Maybe even like a tree outpost thing, cause maybe, I don't know. Put in the comments what you think we should turn this into. I'm glad it turned green. Obviously, we are house hunting and trying to figure this out, but I also want to keep up with like decorations and stuff like that, and we're obviously having a little bit of a hard time keeping that going. We have all that we need there. I'm gonna raise these up just so that we can protect that. Raise those up as well. I mean, we got 0.1 day until this drought starts, so obviously these guys are going to kind of go the way of the dodo. What we could do is put that here and then come over here, get this. And do something like this. I want to rotate this out. This way. And build something like that. I want to make sure that they're able to get to this corner. Once this is all built, we'll figure all that other stuff out. But my point being, if we can get this going, then obviously we'll have, I don't know if we'll have enough power, because that demands 190. That's not going to tell us what we need. Let's go into here. This needs 75. That needs 120. The food thing needs 50. This might not be enough to actually get it going, but if we have, I mean, we'll be able to power some things, which is kind of like what we're looking for anyway. I'm actually going to pause this because there's no point in having this go when we can't even power anything up. So let's get, all right, sorry, I don't know what happened. The game decided it was Dunsky. So that's why it looks a little bit different. Everything's set up event like obviously the same way. We lost a little bit of water because I kind of forgot. And while we're thinking about it, let's pause all that. We should have enough water. 500. We got 3 days. We're really not in any problems here. How are we doing? Alright, so we're a little bit shy of what we need. That really isn't going to be too much of a problem for us. But yeah, in the comments, kind of leave what you want. I'm going to reiterate this, but yeah, leave in the comments what we think we should plant here, whether it's like maybe a tree grove or something like that, or maybe some farmland. Obviously, the stuff that we need to plant, other than the cassavas and the kohlrabies, like all this needs canola oil. So maybe get a jump start on collecting the canola oil, but then again, like I said, we also have to, you know, put into factors of we're going to need um like other things. So we went through our first bomb destruction, and I don't know exactly how that pans out in a different, if once we move to a different area, if that then picks up again, or how exactly that operates. If I remember correctly, these guys don't exactly ever get the best of pumps, so it might even be beneficial to put some of the pumps here. All we would need to do is kind of basically build a platform around here and just double it. We could actually make all that. I want this to get done first, obviously. 12, 24, you know, we got like quite a bit of logs to kind of build up just to kind of get this going to where we can block this off again and make sure that we're being able to utilize 100% of our land. So first problem of the playthrough, I think, as problems go, that's pretty minor. We'll go over to well-being, and I'm gonna put a couple of beds over here just to help them obviously get better, because we want them to feel good about what they're doing here. Oh, those are big. Oh, that's a campfire, that's why. All right, let's pause that. We need to make sure that this is being played. Come over here, and I'm gonna put this as a low working priority, just so that, you know, obviously we're taking care of the primary needs of the area. I may change this, and we may start planting some, what is it? I think it's in the trees. Some mangrove. Obviously that's like 20 days out at the bare minimum, but we could plant a lot of it here. And then if we do that, then we'd have that food source as well. But like I said, my hindrance with that is I want to make sure that one, bad water when we have a bad tide is not being affected in this. We're gonna go down to 7.5. Then that should help us out in some aspects. Obviously, we're gonna lose all these blueberries and everything like that, and that's kind of why I planted the secondary croppage right here, because we gotta, one, build this back up while also siphoning it off, and then yeah, there we go. How much power are we? Oh, we are now generating a buttload of power. All right, so we're gonna get this fixed, get that sorted, and I mean, for the most part, we're almost done building it up, which then should just ship it off this way, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore. So we're getting closer to that. I want him there. He doesn't necessarily need to be there. We're gonna lower that because we got 7 jobs. What are those 7 jobs? I have no idea. That's not what I wanted. We have 4 in there. Until this gets finished, I'm gonna keep that because obviously we have to walk quite distance away. So I want to make sure that we're kind of taking that into consideration. Oh, this is built, which is fantastic. So I'm going to be moving, hold on, getting rid of all of that. And once we do that, because these will then go over here, which is kind of what we want. And then we're going to build another one. I just want to make sure all the water's gone because it's kind of hard to see in some of them. And then come over here with storage. And, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I will get better at this. I promise. And we're going to rotate that. There we go. Now we can play it. And then once we get this one built, then we'll get rid of these 4 and then do the same thing. Let's make sure we're getting all of our stuff built. How much is this? That's 6 planks. Shouldn't be a problem with all the stuff that we have going on here. Yeah, we're doing I like what we're doing here. Alright, so 7 jobs. This is probably 2 of them that are being worked on. We have 4 empty beds, which is great. So pretty much this whole house, or these 2 have 2 open spots. So there's that. Oh, I can't see right now. And it looks like we have completed it to where it is flowing out the other way. We just have to wait for this to kind of disappear, but we did end up accomplishing our goal. So, that being said, just to make this easier, we're going to do something like that. And then I want to see the water pumps, how they sit. Perfect. And then flip that. Rotate, flip, and flip. Actually, now that we have that, I want to get rid of all of this. We don't need that. That's just extra. And then what we can do something like this. Probably shouldn't have deleted that. Look at that. And when that gets built, because then that goes all the way down there, this can be secondary pumps. We'll get rid of all, we'll keep 2 of them just in case, but we'll get rid of this 3rd one. And then once all this gets built, then we'll be really in business. And if I need to, we can then come over here . Kind of do something like this. Storage. Duplicate you. Duplicate you. And we might as well Um, I'm learning. I'm learning. And then duplicate you. And then for the time being, let's exit you. Exit. Exit. And exit. And then we'll wait for the sun to come up. And then we will fix these. Hopefully. Alright, we should be able to delete that one. Delete that one. Delete that one. And delete that one. Now, over here, duplicate, rotate. And then that will give us an exceedingly amount of... I want to pause that just for the time being. Because we got a lot of planks to build. I don't need them stressing about jobs and what have you, but obviously we can get this done. Once we get the pathway done, then life will be better. Obviously we are going to need a buttload of planks. Yeah. So we'll let them build that, and then that will probably work out a lot better for us. Alright, I gotta figure out where this is coming in. Oh no. Alright. That's a problem. That is a serious problem. Alright, so if that blows up, it'll fill into here, fill into here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. We are going to figure this out. I got 2 days because I wasn't paying attention before bad stuff happens. Alrighty. Who said the new update wasn't challenging? Alright, so leave a like, a comment, all that fun stuff. I'm really enjoying this. I'm really hating the game not liking me at this current point in time, because whatever happens here is going to be very devastating, and I'm assuming it's going to allow this bad water to flow into here. So right now we're trying to protect our grove to keep all that stuff on that side, but it is proving difficult. So I will see you guys next time, and enjoy your day, and catch you on the flip side. Later.